And then let's go to part 1. I was just doing channeling and also just kind of doing some story time over there. I want to see how you guys are doing after the 11/11 portal, but also there was this theme around being in your feminine energy and letting whoever, if someone wants to be in your life, they have to commit, is a big energy I've been getting lately. So first card that's coming out, it's a 9 of Swords in reverse. So we're going to be in that, and I've been in this too. I don't let anything give me anxiety that does not deserve to have anxiety. And that's just me. You don't have to agree with it, but I do believe that there are lots of things in the past that have given me anxiety that had no reason to give me anxiety. And we have a 9 of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles when we split. So one of the things I am getting with that is to stay in your feminine energy right now. It's to stay in this energy where you're beautiful and you're very self-sufficient. You don't need anyone. And that's something I've been getting too, is I don't really need anyone. It's more of a want thing, and which is fine, but I'm hearing that in the past maybe people have not been treating you great, and maybe it was like past romantic partners and have just not been there for you. And one of the things I did post, I think it was like in June or July, is I remember the 3 of Swords in reverse came out, but it got clipped somewhere on here. Yeah, it got clipped up here, but it clipped when it was in the reverse. And I remember I got text messages, you will never be in this again. This will not happen again. You won't let it happen. And for me, I'm like, I will not let this happen. I will not get to the point where I am here again. And even if it does, I know how to heal from it. But it's setting your boundaries so that this does not happen again. So that this heartbreak, this disappointment does not happen again. So knowing how to self-love is so important. And I have plans for 2025 for Reiki and for a healing path for people to process and be able, so I could help with this finally, because I do feel like the collective needs some healing and to learn how to self-love. And once again, that will be coming in 2025. I just don't have everything organized yet. Stay tuned for that if you're interested. But 3 of Swords in reverse. This is so big. And I feel like this is honestly the overall energy for the rest of 2024. It's like, what can we do to avoid this? What can we do for ourselves? Not anyone else, not your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your family, your friends. Nothing they can do. Once again, they can help you along the way, but it's your job to take care of yourself. So what can we do to keep us in this? Alright. So what can we do to keep ourselves in the 3 of Swords in reverse? That's a big thing for collective, and that flew out. So yeah, we want balance. So maybe there is this sense of, do I let this person in my energy or do I not? And you kind of go back and forth with it. And you're just kind of like, well, it's kind of like you're in between two options. My best piece of advice, if it's not a hell yes, it's a hell no. And that's something I'm trying to learn too. But we're getting there. For me, and you may or may not, clarity is coming, by the way, in a situation, and 2 of Cups on the bottom. And slow communication. Yeah, so there's slow communication coming from a divine masculine. Or not even, I don't even want to say a divine masculine. Someone that you thought was a divine masculine. There's some sort of flighty communication. Usually the stallment. I really don't want to tap into that. We're already 4 minutes in. Yeah, you're probably fighting yourself about that. Think about what you want. Hold on, energy. Think about what you want. Take the blindfold off. Be honest with yourself. I know it's like a tough love day. I'm sorry. Trust yourself. You know the answer. You think you don't know the answer, but you do. Sorry. You do. You know the answer. But, and then the Emperor and the Star. Okay, I see. Alright, so here's the deal. Underneath this, let's be honest. I feel like until we know that this situation over here is not it. Let's be completely honest. That situation is not it. I'm not even going to dive into that because that's not important. I'm sorry, I'm very cutthroat today. But we have the Emperor, the Star, the Page of Pentacles, and the Four of Wands right below it. And then the Five of Cups. Okay. We're done with the tarot because this is enough for me to go off of. Alright, so what I'm getting is that there is someone that is waiting. There's someone, maybe not waiting, maybe you don't know them yet, but there is someone that's wanting to come in the future and wanting to treat you like the star you are. And it's going to be like a small gift. It's going to be like an offer. It's not going to come off very strong. It's not going to make you anxious is what I'm getting. It's going to be very delicate and very natural. But we see the Four of Wands, and that is a halfway to marriage card. Once again, take what resonates and leave the rest, but this could be someone that you could end up celebrating with in that way, in like a marriage way. Or you could always just be going to a party with them or going to events with them. But when I see the Four of Wands pop up when we're talking about a person, I'm thinking wedding, and I'm thinking commitment and joy and celebration. That's me though. But then we see the Five of Cups. So right now, and I resonate with this too, so I am not getting on just to about this. You're focusing on these three cups that are spilled. You're focusing on these three cups that are spilled over, and that all of the holy water has fallen out of, and you're like, damn, I missed out. I missed out on this. I can't believe I missed out on this. And that's what I literally hear you thinking, or I'm losing this. But look at these cups that are like right behind them that are still standing. That's the blessings that are coming in, and you just don't see them yet. So yeah, I mean, that's the overall for that part. But one of the things is you could be telepathically communicating if you are a intuitive, or you are kind of in that energy. You're tuned in, and you might even be communicating with a divine counterpart telepathically. At least I have. Like last night, I was feeling a little bit down, and I was just honestly feeling alone, and that's something I have a hard time communicating with. But I've just been feeling kind of alone lately, and kind of like, you know, it's like I've been an adult for a while now, and I've been living alone for a while now, and I'm like, But I've been telepathically communicating with a divine counterpart lately. Once again, the woo-woo stuff, if you don't like it, you don't like it, and you don't have to be here. I'm just being very strictly honest today. I apologize, but that's the deal. And yeah, so mid-heaven, so there is celebration coming. The fourth house, home. So someone's gonna make you feel like home. But yeah, I'm getting something about telepathic communication for soulmate at this time. I feel like for me, I always have the telepathic communication when I need it most. And at least for me, I've been seeing visualizations, so maybe you are too, especially in your dreams. And by the way, the past couple weeks, if you've been having nightmares, we are going through a spiritual battle, a spiritual warfare at this time. Be easy with yourself. If you're having tough dreams, sit with it, cry about it if you need to. It's just everything going on. And once again, everyone knows what's been going on lately in the world. I don't talk about politics. I don't talk about any of that stuff on here. I promise you I never will. But once again, depending on, it doesn't even matter what side you're on. In my opinion, there's a warfare going on right now, internally. Like an internal spiritual warfare is going on right now. So be gentle with yourself. be gentle and caring, because your self-care is everything right now, and that's how you bring your manifestations in. Alright? I love you. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you next time. Bye.